Hey, what's going on, guys? Flick here. Welcome to episode 2 of our FIFA 19 career mode series with Crystal Palace. First and foremost, I do want to thank you all for the support that you left on the first episode of this series. You left a ton of likes and comments, as well as there's a lot of you that are new to the channel. You just subscribed, so welcome if you are new around here, and hopefully we can keep this FIFA 19 hype going for the foreseeable future. But just to recap, episode 1, it was a pretty introductory episode, just giving a standard overview of the squad, as well as giving some of my ideas for potential transfers I do want to make. And you guys helped me by leaving lots of transfer suggestions. So I've shortlisted those players. We'll get into that in a little bit. But first I want to discuss a change that I made to our formation. We're still using a 4-3-3, but we have option for a different variant, the 4-3-3-4, which allows us to have a center defensive mid holding just in front of our back line. And Milivojevic will be our center defensive mid. He's a very balanced player, and I feel like he can kind of link up the play between our defense to our midfield, and from there we can go forward and create some attacks. Ahead of him, we have Koyate at the left center mid position, who will always be pressing on ball, trying to get interceptions, just break up play, and then Max Meyer, who's going to act more as a center attacking mid and just create chances to our attackers. We've also swapped Zaha and Townsend, allowing them to kind of cut inside more just to see how finesse shots work in FIFA 19. If that works out for us, then we'll keep it as is. If not, then I'll just put our right-footed players on the right, left-footed players on the left. I mentioned in the first episode that I want to focus heavily on the youth academy in this career mode. However, I didn't even hire a scout yet. So let's see if we have any good scouts available. And we actually have 2 5-star scouts at our disposal. They'll cost us about $3.5 million, which I don't see that being a problem considering that we're not going to make any big signings in the summer, and we may even offload some players. So I think I'm going to be signing up both of these 5-star scouts, and I'll update you if the game decides to even add a third. We didn't have any luck finding a third 5-star scout, so I'll occasionally check the scouting network to see when we can sign one up. But in the meantime, do let me know in the comments section which other country you want me to scout. So hopefully by the time I sign a third scout by episode 3, I'll have a couple of countries to choose from you guys, and we'll disperse that scout accordingly. In the meantime, we'll send our 2 scouts that we have signed, and the first one going to England, looking for a physically strong player. That's kind of the criteria that's worked in previous FIFAs. I'm not sure what will work in FIFA 19, but time will tell. As for our second scout, I'm thinking about sending him to France, actually. You know, they just won the World Cup, and they have a pretty strong youth that is developing over there. So I feel like they're the right country to be scouting if I can find them eventually. It's always a pain to get over there. And finally, we're able to get there. So France going to 3 months, and then we'll be going for a winger. Maybe we can find the next Kylian Mbappe. I have taken all of your center back transfer suggestions on board and added them to the transfer shortlist, at least at the time of this recording. And what I'm going to do is scout each of these players further. Once we have a full estimate on their stats and value, I'm going to start submitting some transfer offers, and that way we don't waste any resources just blindly guessing what a player might be worth. We placed a few of our younger players on the loan list in episode 1, and we have received our first loan offer for Kirby, and I'll be accepting this deal. This will ensure that Kirby gets more play time and let him develop as a player. Our first match of the episode and our second match of the preseason tournament will be against Hertha Berlin, and I have made some changes to our starting 11, swapping around 3 of our defensive players, bringing in Schlupp, Riedewald, and Dan in replace for Van Aanholt, Sacco, and Tompkins. I want to make sure that our center backs do get enough playtime because, unfortunately, a lot of them do have an important first team player role, and if they don't get any playtime, they're going to complain. I've just realized this match is being played at Signal Iduna Park, one of the new stadiums in FIFA 19. It's a great atmosphere to be playing this preseason. I will say, Hertha Berlin have looked stronger than Sampdoria, and a good effort as I say that. First corner kick of the match going to Berlin, and really the first opportunity for either team to score. We'll see how we defend against this. Haven't conceded a set piece yet. And now Pekarik playing it over to Bach. We'll get this one cleared. Actually, It's going to fall to one of their players. That's a big save by Guaita, and we get away with one there. I need to not make those sort of mistakes. There we go, some space in the midfield for us. Looks like Berlin are playing a very high back line, and as a result, we have some space here with Andros Townsend, the left-footed player, going with a finesse shot effort. Felt like that was lined up pretty well, but the effort going well wide. Another chance for Berlin. They have Kopka finding Plattenhardt. We're defending that inside pass. They can cross it all day because Wan-Bissaka is going to continue making deflections like that one. We finally get it cleared, but only as far as Lustenberg. We're getting in the way of a lot of their shots, but it's Berlin that's holding on to the possession. We need to start dictating the tempo in this match and try to make Berlin play to our style. There's Wan-Bissaka. He has the inside pass with Meyer. He will use him. Now to Benteke, holding up the play and finding Koyate. Might not be the best on the ball, but he does have the strength. He'll find Meyer and will rip an effort that had a lot of pace behind the shot. But again, we're lacking on the accuracy. Ooh, that's a great pass to find Koyate. Not exactly the player I want on the ball, but we need to be more ambitious with our chances and just try to get shots on target. I second-guess myself because it's Koyate that was in a goal-scoring position instead of one of our attackers. There's Max Meyer showing his defensive ability to pressure our opponent and make them send in a poor cross. And look at him going box to box as a center midfielder. Has Benteke in the middle, and we'll use Meyer once again. Playing it backwards to Koyate, who's gotten a lot of touches so far for us. Being very involved in the attack. Wilfried Zaha. A couple of skill moves, and we'll try a driven shot. And I don't know what that was, but we get extremely lucky to get the first goal in the match. Benteke really being a poacher for us, and that's what we kind of want him to do in the first place. We're fortunate to score that, though. And just as a side note, I feel like every shot I've taken has been off target. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, whether it's because we're being pressured on those shots, but something needs to change there. And maybe it's just a matter of me adjusting to FIFA 19. Despite Berlin having the better of the stats, we have the 1-0 lead. And I'm not unhappy with our performance, but I just can't get over the pressure that Berlin is applying. I think we just need to hang on to more possession, and when Berlin does push up their defenders like they have, we'll find a way to counter and hopefully get a second goal. And here's Max Meyer, using a nice drag back to create space. Unfortunately, the defender read it. But that's what we need to do. Just find ways to change direction and fool the defense as it's a misplaced cross from Berlin. We'll try to slow down the play. Get that possession stat back in our favor. Andros Townsend playing a nice through ball to Milivojevic. Benteke looking for the pass. That could have been a second goal. And that's a situation where a low-driven shot should have been perfect. Unfortunately, I didn't go for that. And Koyate, again getting in a goal-scoring position, right at the keeper, though. Nice through ball to find Meyer. We had an overlap there for a second, but Schlupp decided to stop his run. We still do have a chance, though, with Benteke. He's looking for the pass inside. It falls to Wilfried Zaha. He's got players all around him. Eventually over to Koyate. And this one, he will drill into the back of the net, making it 2-0 for Palace. And that's how you got to play ultimate difficulty. Just look for the open player. Given the opportunity, we're going to score one of them. Now that we have a 2-goal cushion, I'm going to make a few substitutions. Koyate, having just scored a goal, will be brought off. And we'll give MacArthur a chance at that left center mid position. I do want to give Connor Wickham an opportunity at striker, so we'll swap him and Benteke. And finally, I want to give Sorloth a chance, so I'm going to bring him in for Wilfried Zaha. This could be a chance for us. We have Sorloth on the left wing. He didn't really want to make a run, though. And unfortunately, we lose possession there, but somehow we're still with it. It's Connor Wickham showing some pretty good dribbling right there. And I'll try drag back to create some space, finding Andros Townsend in the middle. This could be a third. We just couldn't get the shot off in time, though. Maybe we should have done a first-time effort instead of taking the extra touch. Oh, poor pass there. And that's an unnecessary mistake. We'll try to defend this as best we can. The shot on the near post, parried away by Guaita, and he still has his clean sheet with just 5 minutes left in this one. I'm going to let Max Meyer run a bit, and eventually he'll find the pass and Connor Wickham. The overlapping run from MacArthur. Over to Sorla. He has one defender left to beat. He has beat him. And we'll go with the low-driven shot to the far post, going inches wide. There's Max Meyer with a bit of space. What skill move is he going to do to set up the chance? It's Connor Wickham. An open goal. He won't be missing from there. And for our second consecutive game, we've scored 3 goals. This time, though, we've hung on to a clean sheet as well. It's another dominant performance by Palace, and Berlin did not have much going in the second half. We made up ground on the possession. We also created more chances, and we were much more clinical in that second half. Man of the match for this fixture, going to Max Meyer with an 8.9. Some interesting developments here in our inbox. First off, our agent let us know that international management is a possibility for us in the near future. I'm still undecided whether I'll be taking control of a national team in this crew mode or whether I'll be having it as a separate series. But the email that I'm somewhat concerned about is that interest has been shown for Ajer. 4.1 million bids submitted for him, and honestly, he is one of the players that I'm most interested in for our shortlist, so I think I'm going to need to pursue him before we have a full evaluation for him. Since Celtic already received a 4.1 million bid from another Premier League club in Huddersfield, we're going to up that and entice them to accept our offer. We're going to go another 200,000 and offer 4.3 million for Ajer, and see if they're willing to accept that. And already, they say it's a fair deal, so we can enter contract negotiations with him and maybe beat Huddersfield to the punch. We're now in contract negotiations with Ajer, and I'm really happy that he only wants a squad rotational role for us. That's exactly what I wanted for him, so we see on level terms there. We're going to be accepting that part of the deal, and now things are about to get interesting. The contract length and wages. Unfortunately, because we haven't been able to get a full evaluation on him, we don't know how much he's being paid right now. I'm okay with a 4-year deal, so we'll be accepting that, and we're going to disregard a release clause. That way, other clubs can't pick him up. Now, he wants 13.5 thousand a week, and he also wants a signing bonus after a bunch of stuff. So I'm okay with those wages. I'm not too keen on signing bonuses, although that won't really add too much, so I'm just going to counter. Remove the bonus for that. We're also going to edit the wage and signing bonus. So let's just disregard the signing bonus entirely and up his wages, see if he's willing to accept that. We'll go from 13.5 thousand to 15 flat. See if he's willing to accept that and go from there. And he's going to take 15,000 a week. However, he wants a signing bonus of 130,000. You know what? I'm all right with this bit of business. I think for a squad rotational player that will likely be a future first teamer for us, this is a steal. Pretty low on the transfer fee, fairly low on the wages. Let's accept this offer and welcome Ajer to Crystal Palace. I want to highlight a few statistics about Ajer which enticed me to sign him up over our other shortlisted players. Now, he's 72 rated at 20 years old, which is not bad at all. He definitely has some room to grow. But if you look at his stats that he already has, 83 stamina, which means we can play him in a lot of fixtures without him being tired. 85 strength, that's a big one. 74 sprint speed, 71 acceleration. So he's a versatile enough center back that we could use him in a 3-back formation if we want to later down the line. And if not, he's just going to be a fantastic center back for us. 71 ball control as well as 74 heading accuracy. His slide tackle and stand tackle are great for a 72 rated player, and we can always improve those with player training. And then he's 6'5". High medium work rates is really the only downside for him, but I don't really see that being a huge factor for us as long as we have a more defensive minded center back to play alongside him. And no traits or specialities right now, but for a 72 rated player, he looks incredible. Unfortunately, it looks like Kirby's loan move was rejected, but luckily another club has shown interest in him. So we'll look to sign him up on a 1-year deal with a different club And I think eventually one of these will work out. And in addition to that, Connor Wickham wants to see some more playtime in the upcoming preseason tournament match, and that's fair, considering he just scored a goal for us. We've already secured our progress to the next round of this preseason tournament, but this upcoming match against Celta Vigo will decide who finishes first and who finishes second. Actually, Celta Vigo need to at least get a draw to ensure their place in the next round, so you can bet that they're going to bring out a strong starting 11. This variant of the 4-3-3 seemed to work out pretty well for us, so we'll be staying with that for this match, but I have made some changes to our starting 11 for this one. Connor Wickham starting over Christian Benteke at the striker position. We've also brought in Ayer to debut at the right center back, and we've also given Wan-Bissaka a rest for this one, and we'll see Ward's first appearance of the season. And there's Ayer already winning a header, showing his 6'5" stature. I don't think we'll be losing many aerial challenges there. Here's Junca trying to play this one inside. Zaha does well to get in the way, and only a corner kick. Townsend looking for Meyer. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. We're still applying the pressure, though. And Celta Vigo need to play out of the back. We're going to get a chance here with Koyate. He'll fire an effort off. He scored in the last match, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he scores in this one as well. He seems to want to push up the pitch, and with those high-medium work rates, it makes sense. We're asking our fullback to make an overlap run. And Van Aanholt has the pace on this defender. He'll do a fake shots, cut this one back inside, and eventually find the pass in Milivojevic. Laying it off to Meyer. A nice ball roll to create some space for himself. He might look to set in a cross here to the far post. He will do so. The defender getting in the way. And we'll loft one in again. Can we make contact? And I think that was Connor Wickham who won the challenge in the air, unfortunately going off the post. Wickham's been impressive so far. Another corner kick for Celta Vigo. This is their second of the game. And this time they're going to send it to the far post. A couple of deflections taken, and finally the effort will be sent from Mercado, and Celta Vigo strikes first in this one. That's the second kind of goal we've conceded off of a volley, and this ultimate difficulty seems to like to do that. Zaha has his defender beaten on the left wing. Now he needs to show his skills. He does a fake shot inside. And a nice drag back to skim by a few defenders. He's done well here. He'll eventually play it over to Meyer. And the press is just not giving us a single chance to get a shot on target. Maybe we can chase him down here, but cleared away once again by Celta Vigo. Unfortunately, this attack comes to an end. Connor Wickham playing pretty deep into our midfield here. We'll play a couple of passes. And Meyer making a nice run through. Can we play this one across? It's a good cross sent in. Mercado, the goal scorer, ends up saving a goal there. If he did not make contact with the ball, it would have been a tap-in for Wickham. And Milivojevic sending in the cross to no avail. Nice tackle from Sacco, and we'll look to get forward here. Just 2 minutes of added extra time. And we need to act quickly if we want to strike back. And it's Connor Wickham trying to get this on his right foot. He will do so. Huge save from Ruben Blanco. We'll keep this in bounds with Andros Townsend. And unfortunately, another attack comes to an end. Celta Vigo going into the break with a 1-0 advantage. Looking through these stats, we haven't played poorly. We've hung on to a lot of possession, 56% in fact. We just need to generate more shots on target. Ruben Blanco pulled off that big save toward the end of the first half, but he's not going to save everything. I'm going to make one change at the break, taking off Koyate and bringing in Punchin. I feel like he's a better attacking option. One thing to keep in mind about this second half is we just need a draw from this fixture to finish first in our group. So one goal should do it as long as we don't concede another. It's another header away by Ayer. He's done well in that sense. It's unfortunate that we conceded a goal in this one because I feel like our defense has done exceptional. It's just that one piece of individual effort by Celta Vigo's defender. But we just need one goal to get back into this. What a through ball play to Van Aanholt. Can he finish? Unfortunately, he cannot. Not exactly the kind of player I want in that sort of position, but a good attacking run. Come on, Connor Wickham. Just finish this one. Low-driven shot to the far post. Wickham is on fire. And I think we honestly need to start believing that he might be the striker for us. I know Christian Benteke is the higher rated player, but I need to start the player that's scoring goals, and Connor Wickham is doing just that. This has honestly been such a close match, but I want to strengthen up our midfield and make sure we have enough stamina there. So Milivojevic being taken off, and Riedewald will fill in at the center defensive mid position. We just talked about how versatile he is. He'll show it right here. At the right center mid, we'll bring on MacArthur, and I'm not sure if we can make a third substitution in this for the preseason tournaments. Looks like we can, so IE will be brought on. Big corner kick for us here. Punch in, descend it in. To the near post, and that didn't go in. The driven cross worked out to perfection, and I thought that might have gone over the line, but play wasn't stopped, and the match will play on. Oh, what a step from Oyer. He has been impressive on his debut, and I think we made the right decision in signing him. I know it was a bit rushed, but I think it'll pay off for us. Celta Vigo, without question, have been our most difficult opponent so far. We were pretty much level with them in every single area of the stats. We do pick up man of the match, though, with Max Meyer, who achieved an 8.3 rating. With the group stages complete, I'm going to be calling the episode there, with potentially 2 matches left for us in this preseason tournament, the semifinal, and if we win that, the final. Now, one thing I do want to leave you guys with is any potential transfers that you believe we should make. We still have 31 million left in our transfer budget. We're going to use about 3 million or so to sign up that last Youth Academy scout, but considering that we're going to get some more funds, regardless of the result in the preseason tournament, let's say that we have about 30 million left to spend. If there are any other areas in this team you think we should improve, I'm going to leave it open to you guys. Put any transfer suggestions in the comment section below. If any of them are interesting, I'll look into it. At the very least, I'll scout out the player, and hopefully come episode 3, we'll make one more addition to this Crystal Palace team. But with that said, hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. But until next time, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to you guys again soon.